welcome to our new video. Today we're going to show you how to fix an error which says unquote exception SQL state 42,000 syntax error or access violation 1055 expression number 3 of select list is not in group by clause and contains none aggregated column. Okay, then it give you the database, then it will give you the table, then to give you the ID which is not functionally dependent on columns in group by. So it says one of the IDs is not functionally dependent on the on the columns in group by, because when we did group by we selected only one ID. Then the conflict is we find out that the conflict is when you, for instance, in my case, I did an inner join and selected from 3 tables. Then when I select on 3 tables, on these 3 tables they are a table which does not depend on the ID I put here. So there are 3 of them, and remember I'm grouping by. So now SQL throws an error and say these things, they are not, some of the ID, the data from the table is not depending on this. You get me? So which means you're not going to get the right results. So and also down here there is something which it says interesting. It goes and says by the end I saw something which was very much interesting. Close by this whatever only group by and syntax whatever. I'm not seeing it. Okay, let me jump into, then we try to fix the error quickly. So since I'm selecting from 3 tables, this is what I have to do. I got to look for ID from the first table, but depending how you did design your database, the ID, I'm gonna put a comma and I'm gonna add. So you didn't put the entire list of the group by content it needs at least all the 3 things, because some of them they are not depending on this. But remember, if you remove the group by, it's gonna work, but you might not achieve what you want. You get me? So let me show you why it's gonna work, and you might not achieve what you need. You can see you don't have an error, but now you can't achieve what you need. So we don't want to do that, to omit what we have to. So what we have to do, we have to add, put a comma, and go to the second table here. Go to the ID in that second table, not the same ID. I remember I have this ID here which called fees table, fees ID. Okay, I want to save that. When I put the first one, the problem is not gone, because remember we have 3 tables. We did an inner join, but now we're selecting from 2. So anyway, you can see this still it goes on. That's why it says functionally dependent on columns in group which is not functionally dependent. So now the first table, they don't show it anymore. The second table, they don't show it anymore. They show the last table here, which say it doesn't depend on that. Some of the data does not depend on what you putting in group by. So I also have to call the ID, another ID for group by, for the last table. I don't know the ID, but I can go into my table here and look for that ID. Yeah, this is the table, the ID. Yes, that's the table ID. Let me get it here. Okay, which ID is this? It's called ID. Okay. I'm gonna go back and okay, this. Okay, group by. Okay, super cool. and I say room booked dot id. Okay, once I do that, the first thing to do is to I'm gonna copy this and put it to my SQL. If it works, then I'm gonna be able to do my stuff. So okay, go to your SQL. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna omit something which can't work here. Okay, it can only work somewhere else. Okay, then I'm selecting all of this. If it works, it gives me unknown column room whatever. It's giving me something. Oh no, I didn't put it right. It needs a what they call a no. I think this is the table. The table name is wrong. Wow. Okay, room booked. Okay, that's why I got it. Yes, you can see it worked 100%. I don't have any issue with that. Simply means also there it's gonna work. But if we do use the same SQL and we forget to do what I told you we have to use, delete one table and we go in, you can see we receive the same problem. You can see. So I'm gonna, if you see what I want to tell you, that it's gonna complain about one of the tables, you get me? So it complain group by fees id whatever. So but now it's gonna tell select group by what clause contains aggregated, the same problem we saw there, because now it talks about this another table, the last table. So the last table also deserves to what to get its own share. Room booked, let me say booked. Okay, once we do that, we're not going to see any stress. So the list okay, dot id, forgot something small here, id. Okay, and we're done, guys. So what you need to do is to add another dependent IDs in your list. You can see I don't have a problem. So also here I'm gonna do that, the same thing which I've done here. I'm gonna save, but this one I made a mistake here, that's why it won't work. Let me fix it. And after that I'm gonna refresh here. Wow, the problem is gone. You can't see anything anymore. So guys, the trick is one, if you're using more than one table and then you do group by and you get this problem, it simply means you have to add other IDs or another related column in those IDs. You get me? Because it could happen like this table data is not fully 100% related on this, on what you're trying to select here and select here and select here. You get me? So that's why I'm telling you, no, what you're trying to do here is invalid. So we're not going to give you a chance to do what to do that. That's why when you see, if I remove this guy, I'm gonna get a problem. Why? They're gonna ask me, they're gonna say, okay, you selecting much information from this table, but now you didn't give any group by related info, like maybe ID or whatever, into this group by what statement. So if you don't want to use the group by, you won't also achieve what you need to achieve. So if also I move the first one, I'm gonna receive the error until I put all three tables here, because you can see I select from this table, I inner join in this table, I inner join also in this table. So I've used two inner joins. Remember the first table is like I select direct, the second table I inner join, the third table I inner join or left join. Whatever you do there, it doesn't matter, as long as you're gonna use 2-3 tables and you get that problem. What you got to do is to include in your group by other IDs or another related data which can help you to select there, which is related to all all tables, 3 of them or 2 of them or 4 of them or 5 of them. It doesn't matter how many how many tables you did select from. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope this helps, and if it doesn't help, please send me a comment in the comment box below, then we can talk about it after that. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Don't forget to share our content, and also don't forget to click that bell.